Cher here, and I'm gonna cut to the chase. Love Lettering by Cait Clayborn is one of the most wholesome books that I've read during the Valentine's Day month. Well, I finished this on the 9th of February, which would be almost a month ago by now, and it just took me until now to finally get to talking about it, since this was one of the more recent books that I got from a Goodreads giveaway. So this book is about a woman named Meg who lives in, I think, what appears to be New York City. She works in hand lettering, which I think there's a more professional term, but it's basically the skill where you literally handwrite what the font looks like basically in your Hallmark Christmas cards. However, she does it in actual person instead of a machine using it. And she does like a lot of things with this hand lettering, whether it's cards, invitations, journals, you get the idea. Just design. And one of her clients was actually the daughter of, I think he was like the CEO of this large company that, you know, in romance novels they don't really mention that much anyway. And I can't even remember her name, but she's not really that important to the story. And she's getting married to this, one of her father's employers. His name is Reed. And yes, he is important to the story. And they come into Meg's shop for wedding invitations for the, well, upcoming nuptials. However, Meg has this, like, sixth sense, which it's not really like a fantasy sixth sense, but she can tell that just by looking at a couple that either things will go very, very well for them or end very, very badly. And she can't tell why, but for Reed and his fiance, she knows that something is gonna go horribly wrong that either might end the wedding itself or end the marriage. So in the invitations that she creates, she emphasizes one of the words for Reed to see, because I think it's more on like his end that things are not gonna go well. But it's not like too jarring. It's like a sign that tells him something's gonna go wrong, but at the same time it's nothing like too ginormous. However, so within the year after this happens, of course, Reed's wedding ends up not happening. He and his fiance break up. It's not really discreet until the end of the book on why it happens, but it turned out Meg was right. He finally determined the message of the invitation, and all he wants to know from Meg is how she knew and why she had to go out of her way like that to try to tell him. And when he asks Meg this, she's like, oh no, this is my fault. Reed is basically the good guy. Like, there's like nothing wrong with him per se, which I think that makes me find Reed a little bit boring. But this story is more about Meg than it is Reed, so I don't have many complaints about that. At the same time that this is happening, Reed is actually working with another client who is a famous actress, actually, I think a child actress that Meg grew up watching, and she's working on basically, I think it's interior design for like a room in her New York apartment with, I think, the man who is her longtime boyfriend, but basically the longtime boyfriend is a jerkwad, and like, they literally show you how much of a jerkwad this boyfriend is. And Lark, the actress who Meg is working with, she's like a total sweetheart. She's not like your stereotypical famous celebrity who's literally like, oh, this has to be done my way or the highway. Like, she doesn't treat Meg poorly. In fact, they become really close friends during this customer service. Because they become friends, Meg wants to help Lark by not falling into the same fate of basically the horrible relationship when they do get married. But at the same time, after what happened to Reed and his fiance, she does not want to feel the same guilt of, because if she ruins the relationship that Lark has with her boyfriend, then she fears that she's also gonna lose that female companionship. And I think that comes into play because also Meg has, like, a childhood best friend that she doesn't really talk to anymore, but the book doesn't really go much into detail about that, which kind of doesn't make any sense, because I'm like, if this is your childhood best friend, you would think that she would be more of the picture. Unless something else is going on and that's a major plot point, but it's kind of not a major plot point. I don't know, I did not like that at all, but this is actually an uncorrected proof copy of the book. The finished copy of the book probably did a little more different details on this, maybe it didn't, I don't know. But based on what I read so far on it, and I wish I read it like when I first got it, it's that the things that are good with this book, they are good. Like, I like Meg's inner struggle with this sixth sense. I wouldn't even call it the sixth sense. It's like this thing that she has with reading signs of people and, like, reading actual signs up on the billboards or advertisements or even in books, where it's like she can intercept inner messages within anything better than anyone else can, and it's due to her handwriting talent or hand scripting talent. That I do like. It gives Meg more of a character, it gives more Meg of a certain genius, not too much of a genius, but just enough that it makes her actually different, so it's like, oh, she's not like the other girls just because. It makes this seem that Meg is actually, like, not like everyone else, but at the same time she feels like, oh, I am like everyone else. I have a pretty successful job. I just live like a normal day life, except, well, she's working with a celebrity on a job, but that's besides the point. I would say this book is, like, more of the chick lit genre because it's a woman-focused book. Yes, it is a romance, hence the title, Love Lettering, because she and Reed do, like, have a thing going on, and they seem to click pretty well, especially after Reed's wedding fell through, his relationship fell through, and yes, like, Reed's questioning is also an important plot point, because or else it would never be mentioned at the beginning of the book in the first place. At the same time, Meg is being careful about it because the last thing she wants to do is hurt Reed and then hurt Lark. Like, she doesn't want to hurt anybody, because after the whole, like, wedding invitation thing, she was like, maybe I should stop meddling in people's business, but at the same time, I really care about these people. I think it's the right thing to do. So the book is more about doing the right thing, but is it right to interfere with someone's relationship even if you know something isn't right? And you don't really see this tackled a lot, especially in, like, chick lit romance novels, because I've read a few that are like, oh, this woman is, like, really manipulative, like, she's doing this for, like, her own revenge personal gain because she had a relationship that basically her guy cheated on her and all that whatnot. Like, I've seen, like, female characters, like, do that for fun. But no, Meg is not doing this for fun. It looks like she really cares about even people she doesn't really know. Like, she knows that, like, if she sees anyone sad for, like, whatever reason whatsoever, because of they've been hurt before, like, they would rather have this person saved from, like, bigger damage in the long run, rather than just stand back and watch everything fall apart. Maybe that has to do with something about, like, her childhood friend, but again, the book really doesn't explain that well. Overall, I really, really like this book. I love Meg. She's a really good character. Reed is kind of boring, but I learned to tolerate him. I love Lark, too. Like, she is this perfect, like, best friend character that Meg needs, because without Lark, Meg would not, like, gather her own personal strength to do the right thing as she does. For those of you who haven't read this yet, I highly suggest that you do. Like, if you're looking for a sincere, like, chick lit romance that's not into tropes and stuff, this book does not pull, like, any trope punches in the slightest, as far as, well, except for maybe the good guy Lark is kind of a trope, but then again, Lark is not hateable. Like, you know, even when towards the end, you can't really find a reason to hate him because he's also the type of guy who, like, wants to do the right thing because he knows the right thing is actually going to help people rather than harm them. Yeah, he's kind of like a paper cutout Disney prince, sort of, so if you guys don't like that, you might find him annoying, but I didn't mind him much at all. And just, the whole, like, hand scripting, like, handwriting atmosphere that this book gives, it sucks you into the environment. It makes you see the world through Meg's eyes, which the author does also extremely well because, well, Meg is a, handwriting, like, designer. I really don't know what to call it, so if you guys know, like, what Meg actually does at a professional title, please put it down in the comments below. I really want to know so I sound less stupid. Just, like, this whole environment is just in general a really cozy good read. Like, it doesn't make you feel gross in any way, shape, or form, kind of like other romances do, which I don't appreciate. I mean, it's not perfect, but I really don't care. Like, it still deserves a really high score. Like, I would rate this a 4 out of 5, or 4.5 out of 5. Whatever is more accurate.
Hey guys, it looks like you just reached the end of my video. If you guys enjoyed what you just watched or listened to, hit the like button and leave some comments. If this is your first time watching me, or if you haven't done so yet, please hit the subscribe button to keep up with the Cher channel. Make sure you watch some of my other stuff too. Who knows, maybe you'll find something you like. If you guys want to keep up with what I do outside of the tube, please follow me in the links in the description box below, which include my Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, and many more. I'm Cait Cher and it's been real. Ciao!